We've all been trained to think that flying is just a hassle, right? You've got the long lines, the confusing terminals, all those endless fees. But what if the worst parts of air travel could be, well, optional, especially when you're flying after 60?
Well, it turns out there's a simple way to pretty much get rid of all that stress. It's a service airlines are legally required to provide, but it's one they're definitely hoping you'll never ask about.
And right here, this is the key mindset shift you need to make. See, airlines want you to think any help they offer is some kind of generous perk. It is not. These accommodations are your federally protected rights, and today we are going to learn exactly how to claim them. This is it, the Air Carrier Access Act. I want you to think of this as the master key that unlocks, well, everything we're about to cover. This is the law that turns your simple requests into requirements the airlines absolutely must follow.
Okay, first up, let's talk about how you can get what is, for all intents and purposes, your own personal airport concierge, and it's completely free of charge.
That's right. The service is called Guided Assistance. And this isn't just a wheelchair to the gate. No, it is a continuous escort from the moment you check in, all the way through security to your gate and right to your seat. And it's there for you when you land too, all the way to baggage claim and right out to the curb. The real power here is in the specific wording. To claim this right, you have to use these exact words. Don't be vague, don't just ask for help. When you request guided assistance, you are logging a formal request that they are legally obligated to fulfill. It is a total game changer. And just look at how comprehensive this is. Mobility impairment is a really broad term. It can mean chronic pain, balance issues, or honestly just getting tired walking through those massive terminals. Your escort handles everything. And by law, they can't leave you alone for more than 30 minutes. And here's a little bonus. This often gets you into the priority check-in and security lines too.
Okay, that concierge service is incredible. But this next right, this one completely flips the entire airport hierarchy on its head. Get ready for this.
Yes, you heard that correctly. The Air Carrier Access Act guarantees pre-boarding to any passenger who says they need a little extra time or assistance. This means you get to board before the first-class cabin, before the people with all the shiny frequent flyer cards, before everyone. And here are the magic words. You just approach the gate agent and say this, calmly and politely. That's it. You don't need to explain your medical history. You don't need a doctor's note. This one sentence lets you walk onto a nice, empty plane, find your seat without any pressure, and get settled in comfortably.
And this same law applies to your seat. You know how airlines love to charge extra for seats with more legroom? Well, if you need it for a medical reason, it is a required accommodation, not a paid upgrade. And this also means if you're traveling with a companion who helps you out, the airline has to seat them right next to you at no extra charge.
And once again, the phrasing is everything. You're not asking for a preference. You are stating a need. When you frame it this way, you're invoking your federal rights. And here's the inside scoop. Gate agents have access to seats that are held back for these exact situations, even if the website says the flight is totally full.
All right, now for the part that can save you some real money on every single trip. Let's talk about those hidden savings.
So what's this number? $120. That's what you could easily save on a single round-trip flight. How? By knowing that an entire category of your luggage gets to fly for free. So under the Air Carrier Access Act, all medical equipment and assistive devices are exempt from baggage fees. And we're not just talking about a wheelchair, it's CPAP machines, walkers, medication coolers, you name it. And crucially, these items do not count towards your standard baggage allowance. When you get to the check-in counter, this is what you say. And notice, it's a statement of fact, not a question. You are simply informing them that your bag contains medically necessary equipment, and they absolutely have to honor that exemption. Now, what about the price of the ticket itself? Well, senior discounts do still exist, but man, the airlines hide them well. You have to call the airline directly and ask this specific question. The agents won't just offer this info up, but when you ask, they have to check. And it could easily save you anywhere from $50 to $200.
We all know travel is unpredictable, but knowing your rights gives you this really powerful safety net when those delays and cancellations hit.
A lot of people don't know this, but the rules for tarmac delays are surprisingly clear-cut. After 2 hours stuck on that plane, the airline is legally required to provide food and water. After 3 hours on a domestic flight, you have the absolute right to deplane. Just knowing these exact timelines gives you power in a situation that can feel pretty helpless. Now, this might be one of the most critical benefits of all. When a flight gets canceled and you see that mad rush of hundreds of people at the service desk, having that guided assistance or pre-boarding note in your file automatically flags you for priority treatment. You get moved to the front of the line for rebooking, for hotels, and for meal vouchers.
So should you find yourself in that chaotic situation, use this phrase. It politely but firmly reminds the airline of their heightened responsibility to you. What might look like VIP treatment to other passengers is actually just the law in action.
So, let's just quickly recap what we've unlocked today. You have a right to personal assistance through the entire airport, a right to priority boarding and priority service when things go wrong, significant savings on baggage and fares, and guaranteed comfort and support, all of it backed by federal law. And if you remember just one thing, make it this. This is about traveling with confidence, knowing the law is on your side. The airlines profit when you don't know the difference between a favor and a right. But now you do. So travel well and claim what's yours.